Hello pandas and other scrap enthusiasts, it's a beautiful windy day, and it is the last episode of our October, see if we can save up $2,000 treasure hunting and scrapping challenge. So, we started things off, I've been busy over the weekend, so let me catch you up. Started things off with this thing, being non-magnetic stainless steel. I wanted to chop it down and get all of the bits and pieces off so we could try and turn it into clean stainless steel. We didn't manage to finish before I had another pickup to go and do, so we brought the stuff that was in the truck already and unloaded that to see how we did. Then we stopped at a friend's place who had a couple goodies for us to haul away. Very grateful. Thanks very much. And then we got this pig finished and cleaned up. I actually did sell that weight distribution hitch. That was pretty easy. Gave someone a great deal on it. And then started going through all of the laptops and such. Now, those laptops, a couple people suggested we try selling them, and that was a good idea. I actually spoke to the person who gave them to us, and he said they all worked fine. So we went through them one at a time, and I quickly found that wasn't really true. Most of them didn't have hard drives or hard drive shuttles in them, so that sort of took them out of the running in the first place. And the ones that did were stuck on a permanent trying to self-repair loop, or they just didn't actually have anything on the screen no matter what I did. I'm not a complete idiot with computers. I probably could have made a couple of them work, but they're so old I wasn't going to be able to get any more than $30 per, so it wasn't going to be worth it. Anyway, the chargers, so I'll sell those separately, and then I have the whole haul of laptops listed for sale to see if someone else can actually repair them. And we've already got a few people that want to come by tonight. We did save a few bits and pieces for projects and for gold recovery when we do get around to doing that. Oh, and the silver plated copper, we processed that down. There's some silver-plated zinc. And we've got that in the truck. So let's bring this stuff in because it takes up a lot of space. And of course, you know, we're going to take the scenic route. And look at this, we've already found some steel. All right. It's looking great. Oh, and we got a microwave. The person who bought the fellow who bought the trailer hitch actually had a broken microwave in the back of his truck. And I just asked him conversationally what his plan was with that, and he was actually taking it to the recycling as soon as he could get in while they were open. I offered to recycle it for him. Alright, look at us go. What's next? Hey. Now that's what I'm talking about. Not this thing, but that thing. Because this looks absolutely perfect. Well, that one was especially difficult. Not sure why. It just was. I see. Well, that is not what I wanted. No more hammering today. All right. I'll take those, though. They're heavier than you'd think, actually. And look, another barbecue, just like that. I think this one probably has aluminum sides. Yeah, but we're not going to make any special effort. Huh. I don't know if that person can get through. Ow, frick. I just pinched myself pretty good. Whatever. Hell yeah. How do we even... like that. It's not very well arranged, but it gets the job done. Oh, it is metal. All right. Well, a fine start. We got $160 out of that, and might as well share because I was making such a big deal out of it. So the stainless steel, the clean stainless steel, was $57, and then that box of silver-plated copper, we paid $5 for it. Did we get $5 worth of value out of it? Yes. Did we? No. So what we got out of it was $10.60 for number 2 copper, which is over $5 a pound right now. Gosh, our dollar is not doing great, is it? And then there's also $1.40 in zinc, because half of it, so I thought that was going to be nickel silver, which is the name of a brass-like alloy that looks silver in color. It wasn't that. He even shot it with the XRF gun to find out, and it was mostly zinc, almost entirely zinc. So, you know, fair enough for buying it for zinc. Yeah, so we got $12 out of that box that we bought for $5. Not exactly the kind of investment. I would buy and sell boxes like that all day long if I could, but I can't. So it was a fun adventure, and we actually did get a little bonus that I'm keeping. My silver test acid seems to confirm that this is a small piece of Mexican sterling silver. So, yeah, a little bonus. A little bit on. It's extremely thin, but it's fun to have. Anyway. Huh. All right. Looks like a fine start. Round 2. Check this one again real quick. Looking decent. Looking fine. Ooh, juicy. Disgusting. Oh no. Got a nice lead and brass chunk on that one. That's a no-no because I just broke my hammer. Happy to accept this aluminum frame, though. Oh, there's some aluminum in there as well. I suppose we can probably undo that with a screwdriver. Yeah, all right. Hello. What a fun little collection. Not technically the same as dumpster diving, I recognize that. Also, there's a few pieces. Oh, wow. That one's heavy. That one's cool. Random chunks of metal look great to me. Looks like somebody has already collected the aluminium off of a BBQ. Or perhaps it... I don't think this was a BBQ at all. I think this is the entire thing. Looks good to me. Boop! Boop! Perfection. Let's find out about these. Check it out. They said yes. And also, they had these. Frickin' I-beams with wheels. Why not? Absolutely. Please and thank you. Found some more goodies. Excited about these for one thing. There we go. And we got those. More meat. I don't really understand what these are. It's like, is it supposed to go underneath your washing machine or your fridge? Like a glove. Decent. All right. Let's go. Dumpster. Now this one looks like it's all just ripping out carpet, but we'll still have a quick peek. There we go. Lighting fixture. Heavier than it looks. It's a good thick. We got a chunk of wire, which is attached. Oh wow! There's a whole bathtub, but it is buried. Still, it is something. Hey, another bin. Quick peek what we got. Rather unremarkable. see some of the good stuff. Huh. Piece of copper. I see more of the good stuff. All right. Okay, we'll give this one a good and proper once over. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you? Holy crap. This is actually the one I saw. It's not even copper. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. And to think we almost missed that. This is why we always check. And look, it even came with dumpster sodas. Dumpster sodas. We got dumpster sodas. Dumpster sodas. Okay, these are really squishy. I think they're probably flat. But you know what? We'll test that out later, because even if they are, the bottles are still 25 cents a piece, so it's $1.25. But more importantly, wowie, wow, wow, wow. What the heck? We should find out who's doing this remodel and follow them around. You know, the funny thing was I was driving by and I saw this thing. I was like, oh, I guess we missed that one. And cruised back up. Holy cow, am I ever glad we did. Not to overstate things, it's not like that's $500 or something, but still, it's gorgeous. Cheers, thank you. And bye-bye. Alright, stopped at my one of my favorite Asian grocery stores to grab some pork and rice for lunch and noticed that this thing was way too low. So I popped over to this garage that has free air sitting outside. I noticed they had a couple bits and pieces back here. So I asked them, and they said, go for it. Today's really coming together. And we will do a quick check here, see if either of these aluminum one side, aluminum two side. Scrap steel. Nice. Well, what have we here? Back at the old bowling alley, you know, from way back. We've got a few chonks. The chonkiest among them being this one. kind of rather have it. Yeah. Oop. Yeah. And then, of course, beautiful. Oof. Yep. I remember now. The old bowling alley grease. I remember it well. Oh. Anybody want bowling shoes? And then there's this thing sticking up out of this that doesn't... Is that part of the dumpster? Oh, it is. I'm just silly. Nothing but buckets. Buckets of buckets. Next. And that's the game. We needed to rush because traffic is getting a little nutty. So here we are. And let us see how we did. What a beautiful mess we've got here. Then we got the discus. I guess I've got a few of these at home I could have brought in too. And then we prepared. It's looking pretty good today, I gotta say. And that'll do it for today, and in a greater sense, the whole challenge. It's not quite the end of the month yet. Now, we had a bit of a costume change because the camera screwed up. So we're re-recording this, which is fine. We should be able to do it a little faster. So, we did pretty okay. Now, part of that is because I brought in a bucket of number 2 copper wire and a bucket of clean brass. Yes, I cheated a little bit. However, there was a bunch of little bits and pieces that we were collecting and adding to different bins as we went through this month. So I think it all works out because there's a bunch of stuff that did not get brought in that is included in different bits and pieces. It doesn't matter. From everything that we brought in that run, though, we got about $95 across 3 types of steel. And then a couple bucks in batteries and a couple bucks in aluminum, and that the copper that we found in that bin, wow, nice stash. That was $75 all on its own. And then the bucket of copper wire that I brought in was about $100, and then the bucket of brass was about $200. So all in all, we came out with a ticket of just over $500. Which is not too bad. Now, did we complete the challenge? The challenge being $2,000 to pay off the student loan by the end of October. Well, adding everything up, we ended up with about $1,600 and change. So we didn't exactly smash it. However, we're going to do some creative bookkeeping here because, first off, I got to say a huge thank you to not only everybody in my local, who was helping me out, who knew we were trying to make a run for a certain challenge, my buddy who invited us to do a dump run, Wub for hopping in and doing some, but also all of you, and some of you directly for sending in the super thanks, and that was amazing. Thank you. We also sold the pile of laptops here. We did okay. Don't worry about it. And then we've got a few more people coming by to buy laptop chargers and some other junk. Plus the monthly amount that I just sent, that I usually send. I think it's close enough. It's close enough to call this a success. Not a smashing success, but a success nonetheless. Which, I haven't actually paid the thing off yet, so it's a little early to do a song and dance, but I would say that's call for a small celebration, because that makes me officially debt-free. Now, granted, I don't own a piece of property or a car that I'm making payments on, so it's not that much of an achievement. I could have done it a while ago, but I would love nothing more than to own a piece of property, though. Nothing feels better than paying off a debt that was given to you when dollars were a certain amount, but then inflation and everything else kind of crushed the value. So it's like years ago dollars that you're paying off with modern day little, monopoly money dollars. I know that's not anyway, we're calling it a success, and a big thank you for following along, and directly for anybody who helped. Thank you. Well, all of you helped. Thank you for being here. Now, as far as November goes, I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. And I don't want to miss this opportunity, because it happens so rarely for me. It's an actual thing on the day this comes out. So happy Halloween, everybody. Halloween special this is not, but I hope your Halloween is special, and I know mine already is, because I got to share this with you. So thank you so much for coming along on this journey. Try not to eat too much candy, and don't stay up too late unless it's worth it. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. So until that time, leave it better than you found it, and keep doing the thing.